Thank you everybody for coming. As you probably know who came here, we're Comics Alliance. I'm Laura Hudson, I'm the editor-in-chief. This is my assistant editor, Caleb Boulder.
Yeah.
And my senior writer, Chris Sims. Technically, it is an Ask Chris panel. So you're going to be free to ask Chris any questions you want. You can also ask us questions, but you can't claim to know as much about Batman.
Every week I do a column called Ask Chris, where I let people ask me questions because I really like to explain things to people. And generally, people ask me about Batman or pro wrestling, which are my two areas of expertise. So I've brushed up on those. So if you have any questions about, say, Alfred or Lord Alfred Hayes, I can handle that. One guy got that joke. That's awesome. So what do you want to do?
Sure. I mean, we'll just open it up to the floor. I don't know if anybody has any opening questions for Chris and company.
You can ask us whatever you want, but mostly Chris.
My favorite New Jack Swing song is Poison by Bill Dipto.
I mean, we have some Twitter questions too, but I'm giving priority to the people in the room. You actually showed
I
up.
have one that's not sadly about Batman or pro wrestling, but you might have an opinion on it.
Okay.
Okay. So recently on Twitter, Community Star Donald Glover has been campaigning to get an audition for Spider-Man. And you've written about the racial politics of comic books before. What are your feelings on? Do you think that there could be an African American Spider-Man?
Yes.
How that would affect the movie?
Yes, I think that would. I think there are certain characters for whom race is going to be a defining factor.
Name more.
Like the reactionary response to that makes no sense to me whatsoever was a guy going, well, next they'll just make Black Panther white. And no, they can't make Black Panther white because Black Panther is the king of an African nation and his name is Black Panther.
They speak from South Africa.
I don't think I want to read about that Black Panther. But the thing about Spider-Man is nothing in Spider-Man's story changes if he's black. Like what, are there no black kids growing up in Queens who get picked on at school and then go to a science experience? No, nothing changes for Spider-Man if he's black. And also, I think Don Glover is hilarious.
Yeah, me too.
And I forget who said it, but it would be like, yeah, we would have a funny Spider-Man for the first time ever. 20, 21, 22.
We've got a ticker like at the pool when like kids come in.
But yeah, I mean,
$10 funded.
a lot of times, in a lot of ways, like I am, like a lot of fans, I think, I want things in other media to look like they do in comics, just, because that's what I'm used to, that's what it is. But at the same time, I think he'd be really funny, and I think he'd be really good, and there's no reason that there couldn't be, a black Spider-Man. Because also you wouldn't see him for like half the movie. He'd be CGI in a full body mask. I do think the one thing that it would affect is J. Jonah Jameson, because J. Jonah Jameson would be a guy with a Hitler mustache with an irrational hatred of a black dude.
That would not be good.
Yeah. And I love Jonah Jameson. I wouldn't want to see that happen to J. Jonah Jameson. But no, but there's that really funny issue of She-Hulk where Spider-Man sues J. Jonah Jameson, the one that Dan Slott wrote, where Spider-Man takes the stand in court and goes, I know why J. Jonah Jameson hates me. It's because I'm black. And J. Jameson's like, what? And then Spider-Man's like, no, I'm just playing. But no, like, I don't think there's any reason for there not to be a black Spider-Man. I do think there's a reason for there to be like a white Captain America, for instance, because I feel like a lot of that story is, for me, and this is my interpretation of it, a lot of that story is taking the 6'4", blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aryan ideal and turning him against Hitler, and I like that. I think I like the sort of poetry of that. But there's no reason. There's really no reason Superman couldn't be black. What was it? Who was talking about? Somebody, I forget who, was talking about how there was a really big missed opportunity when DC brought back Mr. America, and Mr. America was just a white dude with a mustache.
Is it David Brothers?
Maybe it was Brothers. David Brothers is another guy that we write with who does roundtables with us at
Yeah.
Comics Alliance.
He's awesome. He's also at Fourth Letter.
He is awesome, and everybody that we, to make this a more Comics Alliance panel, everybody that we work with at Comics Alliance, Uzumeri is a great guy, Brothers is a great guy. I don't think I've worked with anyone else.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of them are good too.
Yeah, whoever did the
Except for those guys from Let's Be Friends Again. I hate them.
Rusty Shackles, forget that guy.
No,
Whoever
they're
did
sitting in the back and we love them.
Yeah, that was a joke.
It was.
Who did the other feminist Twitter feeds? Because that was
Esther Inglis Arkell.
her Wolverine, feminist Wolverine, where the tweet was, I'm the best there is at what I do, but that's probably because I've been gender assigned this role by society. One of the funniest things I've read on the site. But yes, I fully support Don Glover for Spider-Man. I think he'd be awesome. Also thought Freddie Prinze Jr. would be a good Spider-Man because he looks just like Steve Ditko draws Peter Parker.
Freddie Prinze Jr. like 50 will still be handsome and young. Like he's all that. Freddie Prinze Jr. rules. He has my heart forever.
Yeah, I was like really shocked when they went with Tobey Maguire over him because he was like back when according to Wizard in the year 2000.
The casting call.
Yeah, the casting call. That's who it was between was Freddie Prinze Jr. and Tobey Maguire. And I was really surprised with Tobey Maguire, but I like those Spider-Man movies. I like Spider-Man 3. That's how much I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man gives Zemo hair flip, man. That's awesome.
Shut up.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
I have one that's comics and pro wrestling related.
Yes. Finally, my chance to shine.
Who would win in a fight, Fantastic Four or the Four Horsemen?
Which Four Horsemen?
The original.
The original Four Horsemen?
Wipe the sweat.
That's tough. Because obviously, any group with Steve Mongo McMichael is going to get punked out by Ben Grimm alone. I think that comes down to one thing, and that comes down to who is a better master planner, Reed Richards or Ric Flair. And we're in Charlotte, North Carolina right now, so I don't know if I should be taking. This might be one of the times it's hazardous to take Jack Kirby's side. I would probably give it to. I'd give it to the Fantastic Four if it was a cage or lumberjack match that would prevent outside interference. Otherwise, I would have to give it to the Four Horsemen. You're welcome. Any others? That's what my column is if you've never read it. It's me taking on serious racial issues and then answering questions right after. So you guys are getting the full live experience.
That's pretty much your whole thing on the site.
Yeah. Is top 10 lists.
Top
and
10
then,
lists.
every
serious racial politics.
every 6 months I write something
That pisses everyone
that
off.
pisses everybody off.